So what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Alexi here, and so we're going to talk about a little bit of training today, life and everything that's been going on a bit. So first of all, regarding the training has been going pretty well. Here I'm doing 90 kg for around, I think I was doing 5 to 6 reps. I think I hit 6 reps actually. So that's pretty good. Then I did 85 kg for 3-second pauses. I'm doing these for around 6 to 8 reps. I really like these pause variations, specifically for the bench, just for chest development, and I feel like it allows me to more control the movement and use lower weight, which just allows me to get more hypertrophy also. And I don't know, I just prefer the pause. Like, you don't have to ego lift so much weight. A lot of people just put a bunch of weight on the bench press to ego lift, which is not really like the primary point in all exercises. Is not to ego lift, but to actually get hypertrophy. I'm not saying these guys aren't strong, but they're mostly just doing normal reps, with like over 100 kg maybe. I see guys like this, I'm not saying they're not strong at all, but it's like if you actually started doing pause reps or actually made the bench press harder, you could actually get more gains out of that, like a lower weight than they're doing. I think Bald Omni-Man is a perfect example of doing different bench variations with pauses and different stuff, and getting a ton of gains from it, and not ego lifting on the bench. That's what a lot of people do. So here next I'm doing some preacher curls. I'm doing about 35 kg. Obviously the cut is hitting me a little bit. I feel like the cut has hit me on the preacher curl for some reason, but I can still curl like 20 kg dumbbells just fine. But the preacher curls where I have been struggling a little bit for some reason, like strength wise. But yeah, the cut itself has been going pretty okay. I've had some mishaps here and there with the diet, maybe this week specifically, but I was it was kind of a combination of being busy, trying to hit macros, and kind of figuring the diet out a bit as I'm getting more dialed in, just to lose more weight, especially since it's getting harder to lose weight. So that's been something I've been working on a lot myself right now. But yeah, some changes I'm making to my diet. I'm changing my breakfast a little bit just to accommodate I'm getting less calories, same amount of protein, still kind of hitting testosterone support from getting like eggs that I usually eat in the morning. So I'm just kind of changing that up a bit, the recipe wise, and otherwise I'm just eating a little bit less carbs in the morning. So that's going to help me a little bit save calories, especially for lunch and dinner. So that's going to help me with the cut. Some key movements I've definitely lost strength in is definitely the preacher curl. Chin-ups are a little bit of an iffy one for me as well, because I feel like preacher curls and chin-ups kind of go hand in hand, and they both use biceps, so I feel like I lack strength when I do the other. But that's something normal. But otherwise, I'm not that much weaker on the chin-up, but I just feel weaker, which is interesting because my body weight is lower, but my strength is decreasing. I find that really interesting, but I think it's due to just lack of carbs and being able to kind of develop, so you might lose strength naturally. I haven't lost really strength on the deadlift that much. Squat has been suffering for sure from the body weight loss. Bench obviously is suffering from the body weight loss as well. I'm not as strong on both of those movements as before. Some other things I'm trying to dial in now is cardio. I'm going up from 12% incline on the cardio, just walking, to 15%, and that's kind of what I used to do the first time I got shredded, and that's definitely something that is going to save me time as well as make the cardio more effective, which is important, so I don't have to do overly amounts of cardio with a lower incline. So I can maybe do 30 minutes at 15% incline and 40 minutes max if I really need to. So that's going to be a huge helpful thing for me, this cut, and that's going to allow me to also just burn way more calories as well as eat technically more, or even if I'm just eating the same amounts, I can actually burn more fat and lose more weight faster. And that's definitely something I've been struggling with on this cut, is just losing weight, especially with the deficit. And I think that's due to the fact that my cardio needs to get a little bit more dialed in, I think, kind of like in the past, and a little bit of eating change, I think, which is good. The first time I got shredded, the cut was fine. I did a good amount of cardio, that was pretty dialed in, the cardio, but the eating was kind of I didn't really know what I was doing with the eating. I didn't really optimize for satiation and everything else. So I felt like the first time I got shredded. It was like I did it, but it was very difficult, and I made it very difficult for myself. So that's something you could learn from that. From me, is just try to find recipes that are satiation and also low calorie and high protein. So hit your macros, because the first time I did this, it was definitely not the best. One thing you can actually see here when I'm doing this French press is I've been trying to dial in my form a bit, keeping the arms in as much as possible, lowering the weight. Same thing with the preacher curls, kind of just focusing really hard on the form, having perfect form pretty much, just to dial in and get more hypertrophy out of like less weight and everything. That's something I've been doing with a lot of movements recently, including the pull-up, is just going all the way to the dead hang and going all the way up, just dialing my form on every exercise and trying to get the most out of the weight and every rep so I can get more hypertrophy. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching the video. Life has been pretty hectic, but I'm doing a lot of work and different projects. So stay tuned for more videos, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. So lastly, here's some posing real quick. I think I'm looking pretty decent, especially in like pretty much normal lighting. I feel like this also shows my physique perfectly, that it's not actually bad. Even in normal lighting, I still look good when I'm posing. Thank you for watching.